everybody. How are you? How are things?
I totally didn't. I fucked myself up. I forgot to mute the stream on
Oh,
my end. So I just hear you echoing. I'm just like, whoa, that's a really cool effect. How do you do that? No, it's me.
I actually hear myself echo too. I don't understand from where.
It's because your voice is so like it's so low that it just hits different sound barriers and it reverbs off of whatever dimension you're currently vibrating off of. It's fine.
How, my ass, how?
How?
Hi. Hi,
How?
Tyrannid Sliver. Hi, Noir. How you doing?
Hello.
Do you hear us fine? Do you hear any of us double for weird reasons? Oh, I know why it's double. I think it's the mixer in stuff. Okay, can you hear me now? No, that's not what it was. Mm. You hear an echo. Yeah, bastard.
Don't swear.
Mm-hmm.
My poor virgin ears.
Where does it come from? So if I mute the text audio, no, it's still there.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe don't do that.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
No. It's a good try, but maybe not like the best idea.
I know, but. This didn't happen yesterday. Is it Discord? Is Discord the problem? Can they hear me in Discord?
It could be.
This is so weird. Okay, is it better now? Is it resolved? No echo right now. Yeah, Discord streamer mode for some reason gave me the echo. Yeah, okay. Well, this is better. This was the only thing that was different than yesterday night when I tried stuff. So, okay. What? Oh, it came back. What the fuck?
What were you doing for 15 seconds?
I have no... What the shit? I don't know. I don't get it. I didn't change anything. No, it's not fine, it's shit.
I think this is the first time I've seen you get so kerfuffled.
Yeah, I usually am not entirely, like, fucked by these things. Streamer mode. Don't activate and deactivate automatically. Okay, I activated and deactivated the streamer mode again. And no, it's not that.
Branded Silver says 5 to 10 seconds, not bad.
Yeah, the chat delay. Yeah, I try to have it non-delayed, but of course there's a little bit of a thingy.
Of a thingy.
Yeah. This is weird. Like my live thing is muted. Um, is it Streamlabs that's giving me a feedback of some kind? It shouldn't
Oh, you
be.
use Streamlabs.
Yeah, I do. Okay. This changes nothing. Do you like the echo? Do you actually like the echo?
Ethereal.
I mean, it's whimsical and ethereal, but it's also incredibly annoying, I think. Alert box, chat box. I don't know. I don't know. This is incredibly scuffed. Give me just 1 second. So, if I mute myself in Discord,
In the meantime, y'all get to talk to me.
nope. Even if I mute myself
Oh.
in Discord, I hear the echo. That's so fucked. It has to be Streamlabs.
It probably is Streamlabs. Most likely, unfortunately.
So, can you still hear the music right now? But there's still an echo, so it doesn't change anything. Can you hear it? Oh, right. You can't hear it through Discord.
That.
It's
that
not.
yeah, that.
That's for the stream,
makes sense.
unfortunately. I have no idea how to stream it on Discord.
That's okay. It's not a big deal. I'll just pretend like I'm listening to very spooky music.
I have no idea what the fuck this is. What the shit? Well, you know what? Whatever.
It's true. Whatever.
At this point, I'm going into the whatever mode and fuck everything.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the worst thing to do.
I guess. Anyway, so, since we have a little bit of time waiting for Marco still, not much, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what do you do, any current or future projects?
I feel so put on the spot.
Yes.
Okie dokie. I am PenumbraPunk, also known as Jonah, and I am a former ASMR artist, now turned streamer and upcoming VTuber sensation. I guess I'm most well known for just being chaotic and trolling people on Twitter at this moment. And Smoothie and I go way back. Don't we? I think we do.
I
Would you
think we
say
do.
that we go way back? I think we do. I think I How did we meet? I
So,
feel yeah, you probably
mm, so, um, how did we meet?
joined my old Discord and then I taught uh-oh, I'm not heard.
Yeah, I should have fixed it. That fixed. It's
Oh,
OBS, and you and my echo are both through OBS.
oh. Oh, great. Wait, you use Streamlabs and OBS?
No, no, I said OBS, but it's actually Streamlabs. I'm sorry. It's the one
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Um, yeah, apparently the desktop audio is both your voice and my voice through Discord for reasons.
Interesting. Okay.
So, wait a second. If I mute my mic on Streamlabs, do you hear me? Like, without an echo? Hmm. Do you have headphones on, Jonah? Okay. Wait. Yeah? It's a good thing that you have headphones on. Otherwise, it would actually be obvious that it's you echoing me, but um but so yeah, can you guys hear me without an echo? Wait. You Oh, sorry. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up.
Oh, you're not stupid. You're not stupid. Don't talk that way about my friend or I'll kill you. I mean, what? It's true. Sometimes you have to improvise with the weirdest of tactics. Why am I seeing now we don't hear you at all?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. F for Sooth. Yeah, indeed.
F in the chat. F in the
Exactly.
chat, y'all. F
This
in the
is so
chat.
weird.
I'm gonna put one there myself. Uh,
Let,
my poor
let's
boy.
go. Let's F.
It's true. It's not my echo.
Yeah, it
For
must be like Streamlabs doing its weird thing. It's okay.
yeah,
Whatever. They should.
for once, it's not my computer fucking
Yeah.
things up.
Whatever. I think we're gonna go with this and call it a whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. So I'm pinging Lustri and letting him know he has 5 minutes to get on, or we're just gonna start without him. Because, yeah, um, like at this point, even if we fucked up the time zones and it should be now for him, we were supposed to meet half an hour ago, even in that scenario.
Dear Lustri, if you hated us this much, you should have just said it. P.S. You're a whore.
That PS. No, yeah, turn it sliver. I muted the microphone. You couldn't hear me. When I unmuted it, there was no echo for like 30 seconds, and then it got back in this bitch.
I mean, it's like Noir is saying, it's ethereal.
Mm-hmm. I will choose to believe it. But it still bothers me. Fuck.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about it, my dude.
Apparently not. Yeah, flaunt my echo. Twerk it.
Work it.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Oh.
I think I might have it.
Oh, snap.
Wait. If I talk... No, Opera is not reacting, so no, it's not the... It's not the bastard. Roll 20.
It's not the bastard.
It's not the bastard.
It's
So,
not the bastard.
no. Access to microphone and webcam denied, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Never allow webcam or microphone to roll 20 kids.
No. Like, why would you even ask that? Of course we're gonna say no.
It's good. Anyway. Wait, shouldn't it be like super fucking late for you, Noir? Like 4 minutes past midnight?
Damn. That is late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, she's listening to this to get her to sleep. That's so sweet.
We should blast some metal.
Just in the middle of the entire thing. Could you imagine just having your headphones in, sleeping, chilling, and then all of a sudden you're sick?
I don't know why, but the fucking Control song came to mind. Have you ever played Control, Jonah?
I was about to ask, what's Control?
It's a very, very nice video game.
A very nice video game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I don't believe you. You want to know why I don't believe you?
Mm-hmm. Why do you?
Because I have trolled you and fucked you up so many times. I feel like you're just going to get revenge on me one of these days.
Wait. When did you troll? Oh, well, no, you trolled a lot, but... no, it's genuinely one of the games, the best games I played in the recent years. I have a few issues with its storytelling, but very little, and the rest is fucking amazing, including the soundtrack, which has this song called I think "Take Control" was it?
Mm-hmm.
That plays in a very specific part of the game and makes it just so
Mm-hmm.
much better.
Oh.
It's like there's this generator that gives you this MP3 player, and you put it on
Mm-hmm.
as part of solving a puzzle, and this fucking incredible metal song comes on as you kill baddies.
Oh no, that just makes you feel like an absolute badass.
Uh-huh, it does.
Oh, I love it.
And it helps that the environment in that part is super fucked, so it's just weird perspective puzzles and killing baddies with heavy metal in your ears. It's good.
Oh, I love that. That sounds so cool. To just make you feel like the absolute badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But to go back to what you were saying, no, I have no idea what it was, but I'm glad that you let me know.
See, we infected Tyranids liver.
I don't know how I feel about that. I would listen to it if it was, or I would ask you to like play it if it weren't copyrighted material.
No, unfortunately, it's very copyrighted. I mean, I could go whatever since I'm not monetized, but
Don't risk it.
yeah.
The worst thing is that if you were to get monetized, then it could come back to that strike.
Yeah, I guess.
That was what they were saying to me when I was in the process of getting
Mm.
monetized. They were like, okie dokie, we're going to run a thorough background check on you, and if you did anything bad, we're going to say no to your entire channel making money. And it's just like, oh, okay, thank you. That's not any pressure at all.
Makes sense. Eesh. But yeah, no worries, Noir. Have a good night's sleep and
Yeah.
have a nice lurking.
Yes.
And I think as we lull you to sleep, we are going to start our actual session without Marco,
Okay.
unfortunately, but it is what it is since he didn't say shit. I mean,
Or.
no, I'm sure there's a reason, and
Yeah.
all jokes aside, I just hope there's nothing bad happening. I'm sure not.
Yeah.
I don't want to think. I don't want to think bad thoughts, but yeah. I just hope
No. Yeah.
he fell asleep, and since God knows that man needs sleep, I just hope
Mm-hmm.
he is resting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I hope so too. I don't, yeah, I would hate to. I would hate for him to tell us later on, oh, guess what? Some shit actually went down.
Mm-hmm. Let
So.
me just do one last thing uh, before we start. Actually, two things.
Okay.
One
It's
is
cool.
where is the text? OBS, please give me text. Text.
Give me things.
Sure. Where's the okay? Okay, color. It's gonna be black. Done. Where the fuck is it? Oh, no, I fucked up.
Just the noise you made.
we're done.
Okay.
Now we're done. Okay, and the last thing is showing the people in the chat the intro.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna stop the music for a second and go full intro.
Okay. Oh, damn. That was good. Shit,
I'm happy you
son.
liked it.
I really liked it. That was so good.
Volume aside, because it apparently was twice our volume.
Oh.
Good. Not scuffed at all.
No, it was really good. Aside from being apparently very loud.
So, let's start the session by recapping a little bit what it is we are doing. We're playing Don't Rest Your Head, a game written by Fred Hicks and published by Evil Hat Productions, in which a number of people, in this case one, has, for reasons that we will explore in just a little bit, fallen into a, let's call it a moment of insomnia, a period of time in which they, for one reason or another, are unable or unwilling to go to sleep. This brought them to a state of dwindling, deteriorating mental health, sanity, and this in turn gave them, awakened them to the realm of the Mad City, gifting them with powers, weird, unusual, superhuman for sure, but also dangerous. This makes them a beacon, this makes them a prey to things called nightmares that lurk Mad City. And we will know what things are, what the past was, what brought things to the person that is Zephyr Sawyer. Jonah, would you please tell us and narrate us how the story starts for Zephyr?
All right. So, essentially, so Zephyr is they, sorry, I'm sorry. Uh they are sorry. I'm trying my best to start this off in a
Don't
way
worry.
that like is smooth.
No worries.
So Zephyr is a very headstrong, cocky, confident um, martial artist. Um, they have been doing martial arts for a couple of years now, have had a lot of success just because of that really like just that drive to go 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 go. Um, and being a non-binary person, obviously they have faced a lot of scrutiny and hardship with their identity and making it in the professional world of um, mixed martial arts professionally. But along the way of, you know, claiming the success and everything, they met a wonderful woman named Larissa. And so, of course, Larissa just didn't care about uh, Zephyr's pronouns, didn't care about who they were before, who they were now, who they're after. She was just really interested in Zephyr as a person, and that's what Zephyr appreciated the most. And obviously, um, Zephyr was like head over heels in love with Larissa. And one day, unfortunately, Zephyr heard from a pretty trusted source that Larissa was sleeping with her ex boyfriend. And so Zephyr was, understandably pretty upset. I think we'd all have a pretty volatile reaction to someone who we really love and trust doing that to us. So Zephyr, after their fight, went to the bar, had a few drinks, um, was just kind of trying to forget about it, got super intoxicated, um, went back home, found Larissa in her bed, sleeping, um, and in a moment of, I guess, passion, um, Zephyr put a pillow over Larissa's face and just, you know, started to suffocate her. Um, and she just held it there until Larissa's fighting, trying to get it off, but, you know, Zephyr's pretty much all muscle and is able to kind of hold down someone. So Zephyr unfortunately ended up killing Larissa, and when they came to and they figured out that what they did, it was not a very good moment for them, but she was just she was dead. There was nothing else that Zephyr could do. So Zephyr kind of hid the body, and for some reason it never was connected back to Zephyr. And maybe that was also because um, the the mixed martial arts network and company that was representing Zephyr didn't want any sort of um, drama or anything like that in the news. So maybe they paid off the police for that scandal just to sweep it under the rug like nothing ever happened. But now, unfortunately, Zephyr has been dealing a lot with nightmares and mental gymnastics, trying to just forget and basically try and convince themselves that you know, they didn't mean to, so they shouldn't be punishing themselves because they shouldn't have. And they didn't mean to, but they did. But it was the whole kerfuffle. So essentially, the depression, the sadness, um, was really getting to Zephyr, and Zephyr made a very weird choice to go and speak to a psychic because um, this psychic was apparently very good at communicating with the past dead, and sometimes even bringing the ghost of the deceased back um, into this dimension as it was advertised. So Zephyr goes there, pays money, and the psychic speaks to Larissa's spirit, and somehow apparently has Larissa come through the veil. And so now Larissa is with Zephyr, and everything should be good. It should be good, but unfortunately, um, after a couple of weeks of having Larissa back, Zephyr's still having nightmares. Things are going bump in the night, and Larissa is determined to not let Zephyr sleep. So, you know, um, she's starting to, sorry, I'm so sorry. Zephyr is beginning to believe that that the psychic didn't bring back Larissa. So one night, Zephyr wins their match and just wants to go home, really wants some sleep. And when she finally gets home, Larissa's voice finally starts up again, and just, asking Zephyr questions like, why did you kill me? Why did you do this to me? Why are you a horrible human being? And Zephyr has at that point just had enough and says, you know, they don't want Larissa around anymore and that Larissa needs to leave, but Larissa refuses and says that Zephyr asked for this, and now she wants, all she wants to do is just stay with Zephyr, but now Zephyr wants to get rid of her, and the cabinets are starting to open and slam, the pictures on the walls are starting to shake, chairs are starting to move around, and things are being thrown at Zephyr. And Zephyr, who is in complete state of fear and, not having any sleep really, starts to run to the door. But then they're stopped by the sight of Larissa looking very dead. And she says, "You kill me, now I get to kill you." And the door locks, the windows are shut, there's no way of getting out. And the only way that Zephyr could get through is through the glass. So Zephyr just ends up basically just tackling through the glass, breaking it with their body, and takes off, doesn't look back to see if they're being followed or not. And of course, with no sleep and just fear of wanting to stay alive and get through this, driving them forward, Zephyr doesn't realize that they've never seen this alleyway that they've come down before. The alleyway that is leading to what could only be described as the Mad City. And there we go.
Okay. And there you have it. The story behind Zephyr Sawyer. One One thing I will say about this is that, of course, we heard about something pretty grim, pretty personal, pretty dark. Do know that we, me, Jonah, and Lustri had a talk about what we don't want to see in this.
Yeah.
So know that anything that has been said, and I think anything that will be said, has been talked about before. We know where not to go to keep ourselves safe. But of course, if you find anything unsavory for you, triggering, don't feel obligated to stay. Keep yourself safe before anything else. We know that we are. But yeah, let's jump into this. Zephyr,
Mm-hmm.
you're running into an alleyway that you've never seen before.
Okay.
Windows, doors, they not only aren't familiar to you, but the more you run, the less they seem to be making sense. There are
Okay.
doors where windows should be. There are windows that basically lead into nothing in the sense that you see the stone walls behind the glass. Some are tilted in disturbing ways. Uh, the shingles of some of the roofs change color, or the roofs themselves seem to meld into each other in a way that no builder would ever, unless they were very, very drugged, design.
Okay.
The street itself seems to be closing in on you. The
Mm-hmm.
walls closer and closer as you run, until at a certain point you feel your feet angled when touching the floor in a way that you don't expect. You look down and you can see you yourself are on a roof for some reason. You look around and you apparently left the alleyway right behind you. You can see where it stopped. And right now you're on the roof of a tall, tall, very tall building.
Oof.
And next to it, other buildings, similarly tall. So tall that you have a hard time seeing the streets below. You can see where you could go back into the alleyway, or you could keep exploring this almost jungle of roofs with its chimneys, tall, steaming, and lights of a city that you don't know all below you.
Okay. Um, can I see any? How close are the buildings together?
Pretty close. They're pretty mashed together. To move to some of
Like,
them, you may have to jump. To move to some of them, you
yeah.
can very much walk. But you tell me.
Okay. I'm gonna. Just one more question. Are there any like ladders leading down to the street that I can see?
This is one of those, if you want them to be, they are.
Oh, okay. All right. Right. Okay. I keep forgetting this isn't like D&D.
This is very much not like D&D. You
Okay,
have
cool.
some creative freedom.
Okay. I'm going to go down the ladder that's just a little further away from me, kind of wedged into um, the gap between the building that I'm standing on
Mm-hmm.
and the building right next to it, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to climb down and see if I can get any closer to see at least where the where the ground is and if there are any if there is any life around there.
Okay. You climb down, and it's a pretty long climb, actually.
Right?
After a good 30, 40 seconds, you're going down, then you start seeing the ground. You're looking at a good 1 minute climb down still.
Okay. And do I hear anything?
You hear noises of cars in the distance. You don't see them. You don't see even the lights of the cars, just a couple street lamps from here, from here. You're descending into another alleyway,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear a faint ticking as of a clock.
Hmm. Okay. Um, just gonna keep climbing down until I get a better look at what's going on. Do I actually are there any windows that I can look into on the other building?
The one you're climbing down on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There are a number of windows. Many of them lead into either nothing in the sense that, sorry, they either lead into a walled window
Mm-hmm.
or just blackness inside. You do find one window through which you can look. What do you find inside? What do you see?
Um, I see I see a living room
Mm-hmm.
where it looks like the only light that is lighting up the room are some candles that are scattered like next to the couch, on the table, and on top of a TV. And it looks like there are, I can see uh, plates and cups that are left out with that have been obviously used.
Mm.
Um, and behind the couch, I just see a huge framed mirror,
Mm.
and I can see the TV. Um, the TV across from the couch is just playing static.
Mm. I will add something to this,
Okay.
and I will say that as you listen into the static, as the white noise it is, you can make out words a little, a little jammed, a little hard to listen to, but the gist is something you know relatively well. You've been not only practicing martial arts, but I'm sure you've delved into the story and the figures of martial arts in the past.
Mm-hmm.
There has been one specific fight that's, let's say, revered as one of the best ones in the history of latest of martial arts, as we call them modern today, of a fighter that was not in his prime by far at that point. One of his last fights was a tragic victory, after which they ungraciously retired and basically dropped off the face of the earth.
Okay.
And you hear the words of the speaker repeating over and over what a glorious victory that was, and what a brilliant future that fighter still had in front of him.
Yeah.
And that is all you
Oh,
hear.
oh, is this one? Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought this is when you wanted me to like jump in there.
If
Um,
you want to.
No, 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 no. Um, it. Uh, so I just hear I just hear in between the static, just the announcer talking about this
Mm-hmm.
fighter.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Um, I'm gonna try and kind of jump off the side of the building to try to catch onto the windowsill
Mm-hmm.
and pull myself in
Mm.
so that I can like look at the the room to see if I can find any sort of like a newspaper of what of where I am and hopefully not run into the resident whose house I just broke into.
So let's say to jump off the ladder and latch onto the windowsill and do this in general, I will ask you to
Yeah.
roll against pain 2.
Okay. Do I have to tell you how many madness dice I'm gonna roll?
I would prefer if you told me so that people can then hear it in general. Not
Okay.
not much for me because I can see the rolls, but for the stream.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna roll 3 madness dice.
Okay.
Okay. So comes out as 2 discipline and 2 madness.
Yes, you have a total of 4 successes, and I have
Mm-hmm.
only one, so you succeed. But,
Sucker.
but,
Sorry.
look at that. Tell me what pool dominates in this role.
uh, discipline?
Mm-mm, nope.
Madness?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Madness dominates because both have a 6, but the second highest is a 3 for madness.
Oh.
When
Okay.
when madness dominates, you how do they call it exactly? Sorry. Um, you have to check off a response.
Okay. All right.
I-
Well, huh, gee, whatever one will I choose from? I have
Mhm.
fight, fight, and fight.
Yeah. Check responses tell you how um, characters react when their sanity breaks down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, you have a choice between fight or flight, but you take that choice at character creation. For 3 different
Mm-hmm.
checks, you can choose for each and every one fight or flight.
Okay.
Zephyr, being the kind of character that they are, um, have a fight, fight, fight array of checks. And so, in this case, tell me what it is. What is it that reacts that creates this reaction out of Zephyr? Do they jump and maybe take the jump not as well as they would have wanted to, and maybe have a bad landing onto the to the window still sill, um, or what is it?
I'm gonna say that ugh, my first thought would be probably that to try and catch onto the windowsill, but probably missing the grip,
Mm.
or just like either hand cramps up like so inconveniently.
Ow.
Yeah, and results in probably
Oh, if you want to do that, that's perfectly fine, but you had a success, so you can manage to get into that window if you want.
oh, oh, I thought it didn't have the success.
You had a success and madness dominates. It's both effects.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So you
Um,
choose what happens.
well then obviously I'm gonna choose for my little non-binary baby to like get into the window.
Mm-hmm.
And so get into the window, to the wall, till the sweat drops down my balls,
Mm-hmm.
and pull myself through and into the room to see the entirety of it. And it looks like I'm just standing in what looks like one bedroom apartment, um, but I'm in the living room
Mm.
portion. So there's like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Before we get to what the apartment looks like, uh, since you since madness dominated and you had to check one fight response, you have to tell me in which way this fight response influences Zephyr's actions. Right now, she has a mounting. Sorry, they have a mounting rage, and how do they respond to it?
Oh, I think it's the rage is just boiling over into annoyance. Like, why am I here? Like, why why is everything going the way it's going? And just being like, why did I fuck up so bad? And as a result, um, maybe I think, oh, so when I pull myself through the window,
Mm-hmm.
um, my my shirt will kind of get caught by the windowsill clip,
Mm.
and it will like rip my shirt a little bit. And as a result, um, I'm just gonna kick the window.
Mm. With a loud and breaking of
Yeah.
glass.
Yep.
Hopefully, no one's home.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
But we'll see about that. For now, you seem to be free to explore this apartment.
Okay. Uh, so I can see the couch with the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and I look at my reflection in the mirror with like the minimal lighting that's happening in that room, and I could just see like bags under my eyes. It almost looks like my eyes are like purple underneath them because I'm so tired.
Mm.
Um, and I think the color is coming back to my face after, being chased by a ghosty that wants to kill me.
Mm.
Um, other than that, I'm like, I can see, um, I can see the the couch, the TV that's flickering in and out of talking about one of the greatest fighters in the past in the prime. I can see a table with only one chair and like a kitchen, and it looks like dishes are piled up in the sink, and there's cabinets that are open, some are falling off the hinges.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start ruffling around to see if I can find like a newspaper clipping or maybe like an envelope with like a bill on it in it, I should say, so I can
Mm-hmm.
find like an address or something or anything to just tell me where I am.
Two things. The first one is that in this room, in this apartment still, that clock sound is louder.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is that you find almost an entire wall covered up, stitched up with uh, what look to be news articles about. You think by the photos that same fight you were hearing from the TV, that same fighter,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't really read the text. You try to focus on it, but it's all jumbled up. The the characters are turned at weird angles. The words don't make really any sense.
Hmm.
As you're trying to make a sense of that, you find what seems to be a date, or rather, the font and where they are on the piece of newspapers seem to suggest that was a date, but the numbers are fucked. Uh, Addresses, you can't seem to find any. You try to move to a cupboard and see if there are bills, and you find that coming through the door to the to what seemed to be a bedroom is a man,
Oh, great.
not unlike the one you saw in the newspapers, except old. They seem to be
Celebrity sighting.
walking with a limp. Their
Mm-hmm.
eyes are unfocused, looking generally in your direction, but not really with a purpose. Their fists are clenched. Their stance
Mm-hmm.
is not one of gentleness. And at the center of their chest, a hole is filled with a clock, or rather, a large um, timer.
Oh, great.
It's running out.
Okay.
As they lunge towards you, I
Oh.
need you to roll against pain 3.
Okay.
They are trying
Uh.
to very clearly knock you out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll 4 madness dice.
Okay. Remember that when you roll madness, if you want, you can use your
Mm-hmm.
madness talent.
Right. Okay. Um. Because my madness talent is perfect insight.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Could I? Could I guess what the clock in his chest is for?
Hmm. I would ask you for at least 3 madness dice for that answer, but you already said you are using 4, so yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Okay. I roll. One discipline and 3 madness for me.
Okay, that's good because I had 3 successes on 3 dice. And tell me again what dominates.
Madness?
Nope. Discipline.
Pain. Discipline. Oh. Oh, because it's green?
No, because it has a 6 and a 4. Sorry, to see every single dice that was rolled, hover onto the number.
Oh yeah, I can see that now. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't tell you before.
That's
I
okay.
forgot.
You forgot.
Yeah, so
Okay.
when discipline dominates, you can lower your exhaustion by 1, or you
Mhm.
can uncheck a fight response. Fight or flight, of
Okay.
course, but you only have fight. So you can
Right.
uncheck it if you
Yeah.
want.
Okay. I'll uncheck the fight response then.
Just to be complete, if you have all of them checked and you should check one more, you snap. And that means that
Oh.
you permanently lose one discipline and you gain a permanent madness dice.
Okay.
And so from then on, snapping will be easier and easier. Uh,
Okay.
if you lose all of your discipline, when you lose your third one, you die. You become a nightmare and an NPC, a GN controlled character. So the adventure ends, basically.
Okay. All right. No pressure.
No, no, don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry.
Okay.
And so you have a success and discipline dominates. So the situation remains controlled. You tell me how.
So the guy has lunged at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be able to tell which is his bum leg,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take my foot and go right after his kneecap,
Ooh.
which will hopefully send him just flat smack on his face.
Yeah. With a satisfying yet a little morbid pop, he just collapses on the floor. And you can
Okay.
see he's unmoving, breathing clearly but knocked out entirely. That the hole in his chest goes straight through his back, straight through his spine for some reason, and somehow you still
Okay.
hear the ticking. In a moment of clarity, in a moment of unnatural clarity of the things around you, you can see that that clock, that timer, doesn't really have a function other than being his own vision of himself. This is how he sees his own physique, his own, uh, I want to
Like
say,
his mortality?
more than that. That's his essence. He
Oh.
is a failing, he's whatever remains of what once was, what he thinks he is.
Ooh.
Shadow of himself, nothing more. A an obsolete version of what he wanted to be, with not much left.
Hmm. Okay. And you said he was just knocked out, right?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
out for good.
For good.
I mean that you have time here without any pressure of this person waking up.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, wait, what does that mean? Death?
No, there's
I mean, it
the
wouldn't be the first time they've killed anybody, you know?
do 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 do.
Not the Seinfeld. Um, okay. So, before I was so rudely interrupted by the owner of this apartment
Mm-hmm.
defending his property, rude. Um, was I anywhere closer to trying to see if there was any sort of explanation as to where I am.
Mm. You can find bills, you can find things where an address should be, but similarly to the newspapers, you can't seem to read the text. It
Well,
seems to be all jumbled up.
okay. Then the only thing. Hmm. Would I know roughly when he would come to? Like a couple of hours?
Yeah, give him a couple hours.
Okay. Um, in that case, I think I want to see if I can find any sort of rope or anything to restrain him.
Mm. You tell me if you find it.
Sorry?
You tell me if you find it.
Okay, I'm gonna go into his bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to see nothing in the bedroom
Mm.
until I open the closet
Mm. Skeletons?
where I can spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
As they should.
As they should. And I'm gonna see like a rope, or yeah, like the as I open the closet and I like feel like I should just push some clothes to the side. I see, um, I see a rope hanging, almost tied in like a noose.
Ooh.
So at first I go, ugh, okay, and I'm gonna unhook the rope
Mm-hmm.
and go back out, find a chair, and pick him up the best I can. Put him in the chair
Mm-hmm.
and wrap the the noose rope around his arms and try to keep him propped up so that he's restrained and just kind of like dozing off.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kind of wait for him to wake up and come to so that I can ask him questions. And in the meantime, I want to see if I can try and catch some Z's on the couch.
Mm.
Oh wait, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna catch Z's.
No Z's.
No Z's, only W's.
Mm.
We only catch W's in this house. Um,
Try not to catch a case.
don't make me get you to catch these hands. Uh,
Okay.
I think I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to wake up. And also, can at the window that I crawled in through,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like poke my head out and see if I can see anything on the ground yet, being further down from where I started.
Hmm. Peculiarly, down below you don't see an alley anymore. Or rather, the face of the building you're in is unchanged. But instead of the many buildings on the other side of the street, you can find a large square, bustling with people. There
Okay.
are stalls, bigger and smaller, and a multitude of people of different shapes and sizes, some of which you can definitely tell are not even vaguely human. Just going through the crowd, you can hear people shouting with more or less cheerful tones. Um, and you can see that all of those stalls are selling stuff. There seemed to have sprouted a market of sorts, a bazaar, if you will, right below your nose.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna just, I guess, try and occupy myself for a couple of hours watching the crowds to see if I can see anything sort of like change before my eyes.
Hmm.
Because I'm thinking, like, it's weird that this shit changed in a matter of minutes
Mm-hmm.
from when I was, like, confronting this guy.
A few things change, yes. The the way the streets seem to connect to the bazaar, let's call it that, seem to change a few times throughout the 2 hours. Same goes for the inside of the apartment you're in. Not the
Eh,
shape in general, but colors, the carpet, the the lights attached to the ceiling seem to change a little bit. Not too much, but you can tell.
Okay. Do the words on the newspaper clippings on the wall change?
Yes, they do. After a couple times you look at it, you realize they changed a little bit, but they are still entirely unreadable.
Right. Okay. Is it's nighttime.
It is
Is
entirely nighttime, yeah.
do I see a moon at all?
You do. You do see a moon. You're on
Okay.
the early stages of the night.
Okay. Well, I I don't know how I'm gonna entertain myself, but I'm just gonna keep watching the market until I
Mm.
hear some movement behind me, I guess.
At a certain time, you can hear shifting coming from the chair, and you can see that the man has actually began the process of waking up. He's stirring.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna go up in front of him and just stand there in front of him and wait until he realizes that I'm there in front of him. And I'm also going to cross my arms
Mm.
over my chest just to protect a vital organ.
Mm. He does look up to you at a certain point and goes, "The fuck? Who the fuck are you?"
I could ask you the same question.
Fuck do you want? I just live here.
Where, okay, you live here, fine. Where is here?
We're in the alleyway near the market. The bazaar. What the fuck do you want with me?
I want to know where the fuck I am. First thing I knew
You.
is I was running away from my crazy girlfriend, if I can even call her that, and now I'm here, and I don't know where this is. Can you give me a city name, a street name?
We're we're in the city. This is the Living District, and this is the alleyway next to the bazaar. Like, what else do you want?
A name of the city, or is it just called
The
the
city.
city?
This is the city.
country are we in?
What? You're not
I'm
making
afraid
any
to.
sense. Look,
What?
just tell me what you want, okay?
I literally just told you. My God, this is why I don't communicate with men. You people are so annoying. I want to know how I got from where I live to here.
I don't know. You got here. Like a number of people, they do. They come here from where they were to here.
I'm just gonna rub my my temples with my fingers and just before I look back down at him and say, that clock in your chest.
Yeah, that's me.
That's how you see yourself?
This is what I am.
You're a clock?
A timer.
So what happens when it comes down to zero?
He doesn't answer, but he um, gestures with his head at the rope you used to tie him up.
Ah, you're going to off yourself.
I wouldn't call it that, but sure.
Alright, let me ask you this. And I go and sit down on the couch with my elbows on my knees. Have you always lived here?
No.
Because I was listening on the TV. Apparently, you used to be this big mixed martial arts superstar.
What of it?
What happened? Why'd you stop?
Because I couldn't keep going.
Physically, mentally, both?
Both. Oh, what do you think you're here?
I don't know why I'm here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So, I want to know how you ended up here so that I can connect the dots somehow in this fucked up whatever this is. I What's your name?
You know? I don't know.
Don't remember your name?
It's not that I don't remember it, it's more that I just don't need it anymore. You know?
Did you always live here?
Not
In the
always.
city?
I used to live in that place. Uh, where you come from, probably. Maybe not the same, but the gist is that.
Okay, so this is another dimension.
Maybe?
Well, if it's not where you used to be, it's somewhere else. And last time I checked, they didn't invent any sort of dimension skipping device. So this has to be another dimension.
This is a place, that's for sure. But if you care to go home, I I do suggest you to do so fast.
Why?
Because once the clock breaks, it's broken.
But I I don't have a clock.
Doesn't matter. By the way,
Okay,
you
I'm
do,
just gonna.
just don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get up and untie him from his makeshift um, restraints,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna put the rope down on the coffee table, and I'll just look down at him and go, "Sorry about your knee."
It's okay. I don't need it.
How much longer do you have?
I don't know. I don't look at it.
Can I, are the numbers fucked up on the clock, or can I read it?
There are no numbers on the clock.
No.
And the more you look at it, the more you get the sense that it seems to be designed to look like it's about to run out. But you're not even sure that the the hands are moving.
Okay.
By the sound, it seems to be one of those timers that seem to be constantly hurrying, like counting almost the tenths of seconds. But the arms are there and they're stuck.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I'm gonna look him in his face, and I'm gonna say, "Do you have any idea how I get home?"
You can. If you're looking for something, maybe find that. If not, there should be a latch somewhere. But don't open it when the clock is broken.
All right. So there's a. Sorry. Can you repeat what he said?
Yeah, he said, if you came looking for something, maybe find that. If not, there should be a latch somewhere. But
A
don't
latch.
open it when the clock is broken.
Latch, but don't open it when the clock is broken. Do you know where I would go to find this latch?
No, but if you have something to sell, They have brokers of information, news, stuff at the bazaar. You have to have something to bargain, but if even if you don't think you have, they'll find it for you.
All right. If you don't mind, I think I'm gonna take the door because the window was giving me trouble before.
Mm. Help yourself.
Thank you. And I'm just gonna get up and go to the front door and just walk out. And before I go,
Mm-hmm.
I just say, uh, "Thank you for your help."
He doesn't answer.
I just nod and start walking out.
Okay. As you walk out, you find yourself in a pretty anonymous apartment building. Would you like to take the elevator down or the stair? Or the stairs?
Gonna do the stairs.
Okay. As you descend the stairs, you find that one floor after another, after another, after another, you don't seem to be getting any closer to the ground.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Do you keep going down?
No, I guess I'll walk back up.
As you do, you walk one flight of stairs, two flights of stairs, three flights of stairs, four, and five, and there is no upper floor. Or rather, it seems to be there, but it escapes you.
God damn it. I guess the only way is through the window.
What window?
The window. Like, how do I describe it? Like, the way that stairs go down.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was asking a rhetoric question in the sense that you look around, there is no window.
oh fuck.
And as you do look around, you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Oh.
So you run now. You've started doing that. And you can see Larissa. Not but 10 steps higher than you. You can see her face, once beautiful, her hair, her dress. Everything is degraded. Everything has gone from the pristine beauty that once had, now broken. Not only that, you can see her flesh, you can see her face, hands, neck. They don't seem to be just broken or not just having that pallor of a dead body. There's more than that. It seems to be processed, is the best word I can use. It's,
Ew.
yeah, almost minced.
Ugh.
And she's getting closer and closer. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. What do you do? 4 steps.
Um, I think the only thing that I can really do is just stand there and try to look like I'm not scared.
Hmm.
Never let them see you sweat.
As she gets closer, you can see the floor beneath her crumbling as if it was deteriorating with time at a speed that nothing should. You can see the stone melting, the metal brittling up and turning almost to sand, falling down, an endless fall. And as she gets closer and closer now, a couple steps away from you, you can feel pain in your face, your chest, as your skin starts to crawl visibly.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Um, I mean, there's nowhere I can run except down more stairs, I guess. Uh, I guess I'm just gonna try and keep running.
Okay. I will need a roll against pain 6.
Okay. Gonna I'm gonna roll 3 dice.
3 madness.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So you have 3 successes total. I have 4.
Yeah.
And what dominates? Pain dominates.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add a despair coin.
Okay.
To the despair coffer.
Mm.
It worked.
No.
I'm so happy about this overlay. I'm so
It's really cool.
Thank you. And since you failed, I am gonna narrate what happens.
Okay.
And you gain 1 point of exhaustion.
Oof. All right.
Sorry, 1 exhaustion die.
1 exhaustion die.
Whenever you fail, I can choose to make you gain 1 die of exhaustion or make you check one response.
Okay.
And what happens is you try to run, and yet as you do, it's a little too late, and the step behind you gives in and breaks, and you find yourself falling and falling and falling. When you finally hit the ground, it's not as hard as you think, but it's a slap in the face, harder than you've ever been slapped. You fall face first. For a second, you lose your marbles, you lose track of where you are and how it got how you got where you are. Getting up is a trudge. You know you're rushing, you're still trying to run, and yet your body doesn't respond the way you want it to. And it takes you a number of seconds to get up. You get out of that building as fast as you can, and you realize that you're not being followed anymore.
Ooh, okay.
You're onto the streets, and in front of you is what that person called the bazaar,
Okay.
with its crowd and its shouting and its lively, warm lights.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Can you tell me what kind of things are being sold at these shops?
Mm. You get into the crowd and look at a number of these stalls. Um, One of them seems to be selling old dolls, old ceramic, wood, some plastic, the newer ones, but they all seem to be um, all either broken or dirty with dust, dirt, grime, and other things that you're not sure you want to investigate. Other stalls seem to be selling food, either hot or cold, salt or maybe salty, sorry, or sweet treats.
Mm-hmm.
You can find an ice cream seller, and you can find a number of stalls that don't seem to be selling anything at all, and yet people do crowd up to them.
I'm curious as to what the stalls that are selling nothing are attracting so many people for.
Mm. You can find people asking questions, uh, being answered with the price for that information.
Mm.
Prices are usually unexpected. One person is asked for uh, the last remaining um, positive memory of their mother.
Okay.
One of them is being asked the address of their home, with the underlying tone that if they do sell that, they will stop remembering it.
Okay.
That seems to be the currency here.
Okay. Are there any other shops that are selling nothing as a storefront that I can see?
There are a couple of them in total, and both seem to be dealing in unexpected currencies.
Okay. I'm gonna get into the line of the one closest to me right now
Mm-hmm.
and wait for my turn.
There is a little bit of a queue, but in a few minutes, a couple minutes, people get sorted out and you're in front. You can see on the other side of the stall is a figure. Impossible to tell if male, female, or anything in between or beyond. Cloaked up in a dark green bundle of cloths. The
Mm-hmm.
face is invisible. Is sorry, not visible. Um, and a creaky voice greets you. Hello.
Hello.
What do you need?
need to know how to get out of here.
What would you bargain this for?
Depends what's your what's your currency.
Anything interesting. Tell me something good.
I don't like the way the voice changed. I think for a second. And then I say, first of all, I'm asking to know how to get out of this dimension and back to where I live. Just so we're clear.
That can be done.
Alright. Well, I heard you asking for memories from many different people before me.
I was.
So let me ask you something, if I may. What is so valuable about memories?
They are what makes us who we are. And without them, we are not who we are. So once we lose ourselves, we may as well try to be someone else.
Interesting take on it. But, alright, I'll play a game. Help me get back to where I live, and you can have the memory of my ex girlfriend.
You mean the dead one?
Yes, I mean the.
I'm not taking from you something you want to forget.
How do you know that I want to forget it so bad?
Let's call it a good nose for business.
You you seem to know quite a bit without me having to tell you. Do you know who I am?
I know what I need to know to do business. And nothing more.
Well,
Give
that's
me
extremely helpful.
the first time you fought and won with an audience. Your first professional win.
Uh, all right. Fine. Fine. You can have that.
You can go one of two ways. Find the latch in the 25th district, or find the reason why your ex is so fucked up. in the abandoned district. Next. Oh, by the way, sorry, I thought and didn't describe. The figure points in two different directions. Once when they say 25 districts, and uh, points with a finger, with a long nailed finger to a street on the other side of the square, and one on their left, a street on their left when they say the abandoned district.
So the the 25th district is in the abandoned district?
No, 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 no. They're two different places.
Oh. Okay. So the latch in the 25th district, and then there's the abandoned district.
Exactly. The reason why your ex is so fucked up in the abandoned district.
The abandoned district. All right. Well, I don't want to know anything about my ex because that was scary. So I guess I'm gonna have to find the 25th district.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna walk in that direction, I guess.
Alrighty.
Okay.
As you do, you have to trudge a little bit through the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see in the middle of the crowd a couple people in uniforms. They seem to be what sort of cops this place has. A couple of them are looking at you and whispering. Nothing more than that.
Okay. I'm going to, I guess I notice them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna look over at them and let them know that I noticed them,
Mm-hmm.
and then just put my hands in my pockets and walk forward.
You do.
Walking into the direction.
As you do, you get out of the bazaar into the street that was pointed at you by the figure, and you find yourself in a relatively large street with a number of cars parked on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
After just a couple steps, the street seems to be, curving slightly upwards and taking a curve. You go along it, and you find a large archway that connects two buildings, and in the middle of it, a large clock. It it's pointing at it's now 11 p.m. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, there seems to be a large piece of duct tape where completely covering the 12.
And how far up is this clock?
It's a little, let's see, if it's 5 meters, 15 feet up.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone around walking the streets?
A couple people, yeah. A couple pedestrians on both sides.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna attempt to stop one of them.
Mm-hmm. They stop. Yes.
Sorry to bother you. Um, I'm looking for the 25th district. Could you tell me where I could go?
Oh yeah, just follow the road. You'll find yourself in the main road of the 25th. Careful about the street lights. Yeah, they're a little tricky.
Sorry, tricky how? I'm not from around here.
Oh, just only walk on the green. Don't do anything shifty on the yellow, and definitely don't move on the red.
Okay. Green good, yellow red bad. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I just walk forward.
All right.
Oh. Oh shit.
Holy fuck.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least he's resting.
Yeah. We got news from Lustri. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy he did rest.
The point is that he is alive.
Yeah, and taking care of himself.
Hopefully.
No, I trust him.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. We're taking a brief intermission.
Mm-mm.
God, you're a fast typer.
I'm just a
Lord.
loud typer.
So satisfying, though.
The two sides of the coin, man.
Yeah, you being like, oh my god, rest, make sure you're healthy. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Then the other side, boo, you whore.
Man.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't throw in the word whore. It's my love language is calling people obscene names.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It
Oh
is.
yeah, no. For this once in my life, I wasn't being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I thought,
It
I
wasn't an
thought you were.
I know. I can appreciate it.
It's when I'm not calling people whores that you have to wonder, like, does she like them?
Yeah, the moment you start speaking the way I speak, someone's gonna get fucked up.
No, I don't. No. I don't want that to be the reality of it, but unfortunately it kind of is.
The moment you go formal talk, like actual formal office formal, somebody's getting fucked up.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a weird little tell that I have.
The like your I'm gonna let you know in 2 to 3 business days, no problem, means bitch get a coffin.
Oh,
It's the way it is.
it's, yeah, kinda, yeah.
So
I mean,
no, go
realistically,
ahead.
like, if realistically, like, if I'm like really rude to you, and someone says, "Do you like not like me?" Then I'll go, "Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to come off like that. I'm so sorry. No, that's not it at all. I do genuinely like you. This is just the way I am." As opposed to like when I'm all nice and polite to people, and they go, "So we're friends, right?" And I go, "No, I don't fucking like you." It's happened before. It's happened on many occasions. Where they're like, "Yo, Jonah, why are you so quiet? Why are you not saying anything?" And I go, "Because I don't fucking like you." And then I'm sitting there wondering, what the hell? Why don't people understand? I'm nice to them because I don't like them. How hard is that to understand?
You need to get like a reading key for that.
Should I? Oh no, I should get one of those like those what is it? Like the squishmallows that flip inside out to a different emotion.
Oh, they're so cute.
I know. That's what I need. Because apparently it's not because apparently I'm not making it very obvious. So I just need one of those.
Again, sorry for the pause. We are um, conf- conferring. Is that you say that? Yeah, conferring with
Yeah,
our missing
yeah, I guess
member
that's the right word.
and making sure he's all right and making sure that everything is fine. It seems to be fine since he is apparently going for a walk, but and honestly, that makes my heart at peace a lot because if he feels like going for a walk means that his health is good enough for that.
Here's you being all sweet, and then there's me just going, if you don't fucking take care of yourself, I swear to fucking God,
You're
I'll
the
come after you.
you're
Oh,
the reigning entity of tough love.
yes, yes.
Somebody,
That is
finally,
absolutely
somebody
the only
found
way
out.
that I can
God damn
fucking
it.
feel love.
Okay. I think we can proceed.
Yeah, I do unfortunately have to say it's getting a teensy bit late over here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did kind of expect this to happen a little earlier. It was just why I prepared myself
Yeah.
earlier. But yeah, it's starting to hit close to midnight around here.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if we can like put a pause on this and then move forward with it like next week maybe.
Not really.
Hmm.
How much time would you have to give?
Next week?
No, right now.
Uh, I mean, realistically, I can keep going, but I just feel my energy slowly starting to
Mm-hmm.
plummet.
Do you have half an hour?
Yes. Yes, I
We
have half an hour.
we can go for half an hour. We are not like far from closing. If we speed it up, I think in half an hour we are done with an actual closing.
Okay, yeah, I can do half an hour.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, no worries. I'm sorry that I'm like cutting this short.
No, look, I told you before we actually went live. Tell me when you feel like we're hitting a point where we wanna go. So we're we're okay. It's more than fine. Life happens.
No, but I feel bad.
Do not feel bad.
But I feel bad.
This went in unexpected directions. So,
Emotionally unexpected directions.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, okay. But yes, I can go for another half hour.
okay. Let's do that.
Okay? All right. Let's do this.
So, as we left off for a small pause, um, you were going forward towards the 25th district, right?
Yes.
Okay. A second archway in the connecting buildings leads you to a larger street with a number of streetlights hanging in different points. Most of them don't really make any sense. You can you can see some of them are even on the crosswalk on the sidewalk with no intersections. And there are people waiting very carefully. Some of them seem to know the street by now and stop even the when the street light is green to avoid crossing it during the yellow. They seem to be overzealous even to this thing.
Mhm. Okay.
You can see a number of police patrols, and you can now notice without the crowd that all of the cops here have what seem to be giant winding keys sticking out from their backs, turning and turning and turning and clicking and clicking and clicking.
Okay. Um, I'm sorry. Can you just repeat that last part?
Mm. Yes, all policemen here seem to have a giant winding key sticking out from
Mm.
the back from their back. Just
Like like wind up monkeys.
exactly.
Okay. Um. Hmm. So do these like the crosswalk signs, are they're glowing in green, yellow, or red, or
Sorry,
no?
not the crosswalk signs, the uh, traffic lights.
Traffic lights. Okay.
It was a slip up.
No, I think I probably misunderstood. Um. Okay. I guess I'll get in the queue for the next crosswalk, I guess.
Okay. You do that, and you realize there is a weird feeling of dread when approaching these streetlights.
Mm-hmm.
On the red, especially, there is a sense of oppression. I need you to roll against pain 1.
Okay. I'm going to roll 2 madness dice.
Okay. Are you trying to use your power?
Uh, oh, my perfect insight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to get?
I want to. I guess I want to. I want to get why there's that looming sense of dread.
Hmm.
Why are people so like? Why are people so nervous and scared?
You get the sense that these traffic lights are not here to regulate anything. They're here to impose rules that are entirely arbitrary. And by the look of these policemen and the quantity of them, they are here to catch people lacking, not to enforce stability. This is not a place that shows any leniency, and you have no idea, since this is apparently the system, you have no idea what other rules may lay behind it. That could be even worse than what this looks like.
Okay. Mm. So in order to keep moving forward, I would have to go use one of the crosswalks, right?
Yes, right. But for the sake of expediency and because we already did this roll once, you just tell me that you do and you manage it. It's not difficult. It's a little bit of a jungle, but
Okay. All right. Yeah. I get past, I guess.
yeah.
Okay. And I just keep moving forward to the 25th district.
Mm-hmm. You realize after a little bit that you are right now into the 25th district,
Okay.
except
Hmm?
the the moment you do, is also the moment you realize that something is off. Even for this weird ass place, why are the traffic lights flickering? Even the cops seem to be baffled and puzzled about it. You, maybe for comfort, maybe um, sim- for a simpler use of the streets, we're mm, slipping into a couple alleyways where there are a couple less um, traffic lights, fewer people, fewer cops, and you see these lights suddenly flicker off.
Okay.
Following them are the lights from signs, street lamps, and you're left in the dark. Why would you go? Where would you go? Are you trying to leave me here? Is that what it is? You hear in your head.
God damn. Okay.
And again, and
Um,
again. you can feel her presence. She's not far behind you.
Oh.
You can feel your skin crawling and hurting and burning. You can run if you want, or you can confront her. Anything, you tell me what you do, but I need you to roll against Bane 9.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Remember that you can add your exhaustion. Oh wait, you didn't move up your exhaustion.
Oh, was it supposed to? You mean the permanent exhaustion?
Yes,
Oh, it's one, right?
it's 1. Yep. But you can move it up to 2 if you want.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'll move it to 2.
Okay.
Okay. And I have to beat a 9.
You roll against 9 dice. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna roll 6 madness dice.
The max. Okay. And are you trying to use your power?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you wanna know? Remember that with 6, which is the maximum, you can really ask me like game-breaking questions or deep lore shit.
Okay. I guess the thing that I want to know at this point is how do I make her go away for good?
Hmm. Okay, let's roll. Let's see what happens, and then I'll give you the answer.
Right. Oh, come on.
What happened?
I don't even know if these are good rolls.
Wait, was this the last one in chat? Is that your roll?
Yeah.
You still did not roll any exhaustion. What happened? Wait, your permanent exhaustion is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it not roll?
I don't know, Game Master.
Could you roll again? Sorry.
Sure. Right.
There we go. Now it did.
All right.
And you have a total of, well, that's good. That's 6 successes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big number.
We like 6.
Oh, and who
Oh.
else had 6 successes? Which means in if we're even, you succeed.
Oh my God! Finally, I get success.
And what dominates is, look at that, madness.
3. Or no,
It has a 6.
6.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Only pool with a 6. So you have to check a box and act accordingly. So fight or flight, which is only fight for you.
Whichever will I choose?
Mm-hmm. And
All right.
the answer you get is, if you want her to go away, you either get out of this place through the latch and leave her behind for good and never come back here, or you find what it is that turned her to this, and you realize this is not just Larissa.
Mm.
There's something here that is not only her. You have the confirmation, the final confirmation that this is Larissa. This is the person you loved, but not the same. There's something else. There's something deep and broken here, other than just being a ghost.
there's absolutely no point in running to the abandoned district at this point. Because I'm assuming that the abandoned district will be way out of my way, considering
Out of
it's
this
in the
point,
opposite
yeah,
direction.
it's a long way
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. I have to book it to find the latch, but I just don't know where to go.
You see a glimmering in the dark, something metallic, large, and regular on the ground. It's a good 100 feet from you, down the thingy, down the alleyway behind Larissa.
Alleyway. All right.
Which is where you came from. Weird.
Oh, for God's sake. All right.
But you did get a box checked, and it was fight.
Yeah.
How will you tackle this one?
I think you just said quite literally what I plan to do. I guess. I mean. The only thing I can think of doing is just full charge right at her to attempt to bulldoze her over.
Okay.
And hope for the best from there.
I need another roll against Bane 11.
Whoa! Okay.
Remember now that you have a talent of exhaustion that says yours was particularly good at fighting, if I don't athletics, sorry.
Athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one definitely applies. You can choose when you make your exhaustion go up willingly to add that much. So to add as many successes to your roll as your exhaustion after you upped it. So in this case, it would be 3 more.
Okay. I guess I'll up it by 2 more.
You can only up it by 1 at a time.
Ah, okay. Then I'll up it by 1 to make it 3. And then I'm gonna roll 6 madness dice.
Max again. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes more than sense.
Yeah. Oof.
How did you do? Roll again, please. It only took 2 of your exhaustion dice. I have no idea why it does this. I have to look into it. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. Alright. 6 madness dice.
Okay, now it rolled 3. And you have 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6 successes again. And I only have 4. So that's success. That's a success. And with that, you manage to trample over the semi-corporeal, semi-not form of Larissa. You're not exactly sure how you pass through her. You feel the impact and you feel yourself running and keep running for the latch as she is far, now behind you. You can feel your skin crawling and hurt, pain and burning, and you can feel scrapes and scratches, and you feel your skin lacerating and tearing, and your flesh hurting as you run for that latch. Do you close it behind you?
Absolutely.
And with a strong clang, and with a sound that threatens to pierce and rupture your eardrums, you startle awake. You're
Oh my god.
on your couch in your house. You can see frames, paintings, carpets broken and torn, thrown through the room, but you know not who. And you feel alone, and you feel cold, and you feel hurt, and you feel safe.
It was all a dream.
Unlikely, your wounds are there.
Oh shit. Damn. Okay. Um. Did you say I was in my bedroom?
You're on your couch, sofa. You tell me if you have one in your bedroom.
I have a sofa.
Okay.
In the yeah. Um. I guess I not gonna lie, I have no idea what to do at this point. I guess I'll get up and walk around the house, see what the damages are.
Mm-hmm. Basically, what you expect by a malicious haunting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you can treat this a little bit of metagame as our epilogue, our ending scene. Zephyr is out of peril. Larissa now far gone and on the other side of whatever that latch represented. As much as you didn't learn what happened to her post mortem, you know that you are safe from whatever she had become. As for your future, that is to determine what happens to your career now. Can you leave this entirely behind? And speaking of your career, there is something missing from your memory.
Mm, I just don't know what it is. I can't seem to recall.
Hmm. You remember a certain bargain, but what for?
It's I can't seem to recall. I guess I'll never know. I guess
And
I look at a picture on the wall
mm-hmm.
and I see myself with like a gold belt
Mm.
and someone holding up my arm with my teeth guard, my mouth guard in my mouth and my arm up in the air still in my glove. And I can't seem to remember ever taking that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like how did it even get on my wall?
And I think with this image, a few questions closed and some still open, we can close this adventure of Don't Rest Your Head, would you say?
Yes.
Okay.
That was intense though.
Mm-hmm.
Like damn. I it's an interesting um it it's an interesting game. It's obviously it is like it's like a D&D esque type game, but also it was almost like more artistic freedom.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
definitely it. I agree
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
more creative freedom. Um, there's much more playground where you don't have as much things that you need to roll. You just go with the flow. And when it's important, you take out the dice. And when it's not, you just
Mhm.
decide what happens.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that was cool.
I
Very very well led, even though it was a lot of having to compromise because of Lustri and you know.
look, things happen, and there is a reason why I chose this game to start things. It's because it's fuck up proof. You can play it
Yeah.
however the hell it happens, and it still stands.
Yeah.
And things happen on a longer organization time project like this. Things happen, unfortunately, and
Yeah.
it's nobody's fault. Life happens,
Nope.
and you get to pick up the mess basically. And this game helps you do it a lot. It does it for you almost.
Mhm.
So yeah, but more than anything, I'm glad that you had fun. It was interesting for you. That Lustri is safe,
Yes, I'm very happy that Lustri is safe.
and I hope that whoever watched this and will watch it as a VOD in the future will appreciate it as much as I did. And I really loved this. Yeah. Thank you for playing with me. Thank you for giving us that half an hour that it's now coming to an end.
Yes,
And
no worries. I'm happy to do it. It was a lot more fun than I predicted it would be.
yeah,
I mean, obviously I knew it was going to be sorry. Obviously I knew it was going to be fun, but I just didn't expect to I guess I didn't expect it to be fun as well as really really fucking chilling.
I'm so happy you found it this way.
Cuz I was like, "Ew, I love this. What the fuck?" But yeah, it was really well done. I couldn't have asked for a better GM than you.
And I couldn't have asked for a better player.
Oh, shucks.
Nah,
Oh,
I
shucks, you so sweet.
honestly we played it together a little bit with D&D, and I of course I didn't know what to expect, but I knew I was in for a good one.
Just because of me as a player,
Of course.
I didn't think I was that much of a, you know, throw people for a loop type of person.
You played stuff that was super interesting, super artistic, and just interesting to be. It was just good to be playing alongside you because of that.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah,
Oh, shucks.
you add
That's so
a
nice.
lot to the table. If you, even if you don't think so, maybe, but you do. So keep that in mind.
You're right. I don't think that I add a whole lot to the table. So
Yeah,
so
you're
nice
wrong.
to hear. Oh, okay.
You're wrong. You do. You add a fucking lot.
You're wrong. Like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Hey,
It was like you reminded me completely of when I was talking with Xavier today because I just got a hold of The Sims 4 today or the other day.
Mm.
and I was like trying to learn how to do all of the stuff in it by like making a Sims version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like doing it, and he looks over and he goes, "Oh, that person looks like Rhea Ripley." And I was like, "Really? Thanks. I was trying to learn how to do myself." And it's just and then he cuts me off completely and he goes, "Your nose is bigger." And I just kind of looked at him. I'm like, "The fuck? How dare you?"
Jesus.
I appreciate him being very, very honest, but at the same time, it's like, you didn't have to remind me that I'm also a product of my father. Thank you very much. Ew. But yeah, it was funny. I had a good laugh from his honesty. But yeah, so thank you again for DMing or GMing, whatever.
And thank you for playing.
Not a problem. I hope that we can do this again soon. Hopefully with Lustri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Soon might be not exactly how it happens, but I definitely wish to make this an ongoing project with maybe the same game again, maybe a different system, both
Mm-hmm.
probably, and
Yeah.
with one shots coming from time to time on the channel. Maybe on Twitch, it would be nice. Maybe without
Yes.
echo.
Yeah, maybe without echo, maybe. That would be kind of cool, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
but I would not be
All right.
ethereal.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you were ethereal, it would just add to your vibe, really.
Okay. Well, I
All
think
right.
it's time to wrap this up. Thank you
Yeah.
everybody for watching. Thank you to everyone who will watch the VOD. And thank you, Jonah, for being here. And thank you, Lustri, for taking care of yourself
Yes.
and uh, resting. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I would love you to have. I would love to have you here another time. If you hear it, we love you. We love you. If you hear this, I mean, we love you very much.
Yes, we do.
Goodbye.
Bye.